G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here with a little bit of an informational video on power attack in Neverwinter Nights 2. I thought there was a bug, and I'm going to show you why, and then I'm going to show the extra information they don't give you in the game. So let's have a look. We're going to create a new character, and I'm going to show you the description of the power attack feat. And then I'll talk a little bit about what I saw, and then we'll look at the official rules for D&D 3.5, and also the information on one of the wikis, the Fandom Neverwinter Nights 2 Wiki, that explains what's actually happening. Let's have a look. Alright, so we're here with just a stock standard fighter build. I have just gone next. So that's why we got a dwarf, because dwarf is the default for some reason that it picks. And we are looking at power attack. So over here, we can see that specifics. A character with this feat can make powerful but ungainly attacks. When power attack is selected, it grants a +3 bonus to damage rolls, but at the cost of -3 to the attack roll. Now, that seems straightforward. Turn it on, -3 to your attack, +3 to defense. +3 to damage. But that's not what we see. Let's have a look. Alright, we are back with our character, and I have a variety of weapons here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how power attack works. So we can see down here that I have power attack enabled. And if I use a longsword, for example, now because I don't have a shield equipped, I'm holding it with two hands, right? It should be giving me +3 from my strength based on the description. Let's have a look at the description. It should give me a -3 to hit. So let's turn power attack off first, sorry. Okay, that's even buggier. I don't have power attack enabled and it still says +10 there. That's not correct. It only says +3 here. Ah, there we go, it finally updated. So there is a bug here that this doesn't seem to update properly. But let's have a look. Without power attack, I'm doing +4, because the rule is if you're using a one-handed weapon like a longsword in two hands, you get your strength modifier times 1.5 rounded down. So that would be 4 points of bonus damage, therefore the +4. If we enable power attack, that should add an extra 3 points to it based on this description. And we add power attack, and it says here +10. It also says it over here when it finally updates correctly. What is going on? So, is it something funny with that? Let's have a look. Let's move to the quarterstaff now. That is a two-handed weapon. It is not a one-handed weapon held in two hands. Right? It is considered a large weapon. Right? So there is a little bit of a bug there. I shouldn't be getting +10. I should only be getting +9, because I shouldn't be getting the at least my understanding is I should not be getting the extra +1 for holding a one-handed weapon in two hands. But maybe that rule applies to both one-handed and two-handed weapons. Actually, I think it does, now that I think about it. So let's ignore that. But it's still showing +10. Okay, how about using a small weapon, the short sword? Ah, look. but I'm only getting +3. With power attack on, I'm not getting any bonus at all. And remember, the description doesn't mention anything about small weapons. That is very weird. Let's try one other thing. I'll be right back when I've got a dagger as well. Hang on. Right, I now have a dagger. Let's have a look at what happens when we dual wield. We can see here that we still don't get the bonus on our short sword, and we don't get any bonus in our offhand. Okay. And if I have a large weapon here, oh look, I'm actually getting the correct power attack bonus for the large weapon, but I'm not getting anything for the offhand. So the description of power attack doesn't mention anything about dual wielding. It doesn't mention anything about small weapons. Let's have a look at what the 3.5 rule set says. So here is the official description, and it might actually be a little bit hard to see. So let's see if I can't make that text a little bit easier to read. So there is a difference between the 3.5 rules and what is actually implemented in the game, because there sort of has to be. So in the official 3.5 rules, you can actually just subtract any number from your attack rolls that doesn't exceed your base attack bonus. So if your base attack bonus is 2, you can add a +1 or a +2 to your damage by taking a -1 or a -2. And if your base attack bonus is 10, you can go anywhere up to +10 damage for a -10 to hit. So that was a little different, but special information here. Let's have a look. If you attack with a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon wielded in two hands, instead add twice the number subtracted from your attack rolls. So that's for the damage. You can't add bonus damage from power attacks to the damage dealt with light weapons, except unarmed strike or natural weapons, even though the penalty on attack rolls still applies. Normally, you treat a double weapon as a one-handed weapon and a light weapon. If you choose a double weapon, like a two-handed weapon attacking with only one end of it in a round, you treat it as a two-handed weapon. Okay, so what that's saying is two-handed weapons, or so large weapons or medium weapons used in two hands because you don't have a shield or you don't have an offhand weapon, you add twice the damage bonus, and you can't use the damage bonus with light weapons, even though the penalty to attack will remain. That's interesting. That's what the rules were for 3.5. Here is the official, well, it's not the official, but this is a Neverwinter Nights 2 Wiki on Fandom, and its description of power attack. A character with this feat can make powerful but ungainly attacks. When power attack is selected, it grants a +3 bonus to the damage roll, but at a cost of -3 to the attack roll. That is exactly the text from the Neverwinter Nights feat. As we see there, a character with this feat can make powerful but ungainly attacks. When power attack is selected, again, it grants a +3 bonus to the damage roll, but at the cost of -3 to the attack roll. What this description doesn't say is the rest of the details from the wiki. A character wielding a two-handed weapon or wielding a one-handed weapon with both hands instead adds +6 to the damage dealt with this feat. Power attack does not add bonus damage to light weapons, except unarmed strikes or natural weapon attacks, but the penalty to attack rolls still applies. Certain classes, like the Frenzied Berserker, enjoy a more favourable bonus to damage. Favoured power attack can increase the bonus. So that is stuff that is not included in the main game. But that is what we were actually seeing. So I initially thought this was a bug. I thought this was the game doing something that it wasn't supposed to. I thought that maybe there was some calculation in there that was looking at each hand and what each hand was doing and applying the bonus to that incorrectly. And because you're using a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon with two hands, it was applying it. But if you had a one-handed weapon and a shield, it wasn't applying it. Or if you had two one-handed weapons, it wasn't applying it. But no, that's the way it's supposed to be. The game just doesn't give you enough information about how it implemented power attack. So if you're playing Neverwinter Nights 2 and you use power attack and you actually look at some of those statistics and you see that it is showing something that doesn't make sense based on the description, don't worry. That is how it is supposed to be. There is not a bug. It is the correct way for it to use power attack. I just thought this might be useful for people to know. Yes, if you look it up in a wiki, you will find that extra information, but for some reason they left that information out of the description of the feat in the actual game. I hope this helps people. I'll catch you for the next video. Bye.